Hi YouTube, how's it going? It's been a long time since I made a video, but today I decided to tackle some more Mario Maker 2. Recently I had a friend of mine reach out to me and ask me how to beat a story mode mission. Now, while story mode may seem like the easy mode of Mario Maker, it's actually kind of difficult. Nintendo didn't necessarily do a great job explaining certain mechanics and certain basics of the game. While the tutorials are fine, I wouldn't necessarily say that they help you elevate your play in any sort of way. So what I'm going to do in this video is go through the first few levels of the story mode and kind of explain my thinking, and maybe we'll make this into a series. I don't know. Let's see where it goes though. Okay, so as you can see, I'm basically done with the story mode. I beat it a long time ago. It was one of the first things I did in Mario Maker, but that won't stop me from showing you guys how to beat the levels and from going over some basics of story mode. So this is the first level. It's a downhill battle. I made a course full of Goombas. First one of the goal pole gets paid. Here's a tip: tilt downward on the downslopes to wipe out the Goombas. It's a pretty basic tip, but a lot of people don't even know that you can slide in Mario Maker. So let's see how Nintendo used it in this very first level in their story mode. One thing that may seem fairly obvious to almost everybody that's purchased the game is that there are many Mario styles in Mario Maker 2. A Mario style is basically how the graphics look and how the mechanics work, right? So in certain Mario styles, you can throw shells upwards. In certain Mario styles, you can't. With each level that I tackle, I'll be going over kind of the quirks or the differences in the current style of the level. So right away, we see that this is a new Super Mario Bros. U game style. That means that when we jump, we'll have the option to twirl jump if we pull on one of our triggers. That means that we have the option to triple jump, and I don't know if I'll be able to do that in this video or in this level, but we'll get to that when it comes. That also means we have the ability to slide and knock enemies out. If you knock out a certain amount of enemies, you get a 1-up. There are also unique power-ups for each style, and when they show up, I'll explain what they do and why they're special. So the tooltip before this level told us to slide, right? So I use the directional pad. You're also able to use the analog stick. Okay, so it's important that when a tooltip for a level at the very beginning tells you about a skill, you want to practice that as much as you can in the level. So every time we see an incline in this level, I'm going to be holding down on my directional pad, which is what I use on my controller, or you can hold down on the analog stick as long as Mario is on the slope. If you hold down the down button before Mario's on a slope or after Mario's on a slope, he's just going to duck. Okay, so remember, every slope you see, slide. Practice the skill. Another thing you can do is hold the down button to slide and jump right as you get to the end of the slope, giving you an extra speed boost. This is actually a thing that comes up a lot in expert or super expert levels. That extra little bit of momentum gives you kind of a unique jump, so just be prepared to see that in the future. So we'll jump over this pipe, we'll see a stack of Goombas. Oh, I fell off there. So we'll make sure to kill all the enemies, get all of the coins that we can, because in story mode you want to gather as many coins as possible during a level, because those coins carry over and they allow you to build different parts of the castle, thus progressing you through the story. You'll also want to check all the pipes you can. You never know. See, that's a special pipe. We can go down it. And because we went down and we decided to explore, we get to practice our slides some more, and we get rewarded with a couple extra coins. And when we come out of the pipe, we immediately get a checkpoint and a star. This means that we're going to be invincible to all enemies. We can walk right into them. This gives us another fire flower. It doesn't give us an extra boost of speed, but that star is great. If you run into 10 enemies while you have a star equipped, you get an extra 1-up. Just like if you're sliding into the enemies. Alright, you'll see that I'm running out of time because I'm talking too much while I'm recording this. The extra twirls in the air give you a little bit of extra hang time, so if you need to reach a place like I just did, it can be a useful tool. Alright, I'm going to stop messing around because I'm going to die on this very first level. I can't go down here, but what I can do is slide and jump. That gets us to the top of the pole, giving us that extra 10 coin boost. So that's how you do the first level. It's very easy. Very basic, but it does give you the opportunity to practice the slide. It introduces you to the star and to the checkpoint mechanic. Level 2 is going to be the on-off switch research expedition. This is where Nintendo's going to introduce you to the on-off mechanic, something new to Mario Maker 2. Okay, so just like in the first level, we're going to take a minute to absorb what style we're playing. This is going to be Super Mario Bros. 1. This means we can't hold on to shells, and we can't slide on things. It's a very, very basic, straightforward style of platforming in these levels that mimics the very first game, where all you could really do was run and jump. Speaking of run, by the way, a lot of people don't know this. I'm actually surprised by how a lot of people don't know this. People that have played Mario for years sometimes don't know it. But if you hold down on the Nintendo Switch Joy-Con, it's going to be the Y button. If you hold down the Y button and press a direction, you will run in that direction, giving you an extra boost of speed for a jump, or allowing you to run over one space gaps, which I'll get to in another video. Otherwise, you're just going to have Mario's standard walk speed. But a run really gets you going. Alright, so the on-off mechanic is fairly simple. You hit the red on-off switch, it turns off the red blocks and turns on blue blocks that looks like this. We'll use that to get our power up, come back down to the off switch, and you see what I'm saying? The red turns off the red, the blue turns off the blue. This mechanic is going to be all over levels that you play online. Sorry, I had a plane flying overhead and I didn't want to get that audio in the video. Alright, so now that we've turned the red blocks on, we can get all these coins. We'll come down here. In order to progress, we need to hit this red on switch to turn it off. If you hold down jump when you jump on an enemy, you get an extra little burst of air, or like you get a better jump. What am I saying? Burst of air. You get an extra jump, and that allows you to get to new places, or maybe to jump on more enemies. Also, if you saw with the chain chomp, when it was overlapping with this red space, and I hit the on switch to turn the red blocks back on, those blocks being activated again killed the chain chomp. You will see that in levels online as well. So because these red blocks are activated, we can access this area. We're going to want to hit this on switch to take these piranha plants down, and since they're resting on the blue spaces, if we hit the off switch again, they'll fall down, and we now have a clear path. Great, so we have a checkpoint, so if we die, we'll come back to this spot. Alright, let's turn this switch on and see what happens. Oh, it's going to spawn a 1-up mushroom. Alright, I messed that up. So what we need to do is right when it gets to those red outlines, we need to hit the block. Boom, we get a 1-up mushroom. It's a simple puzzle. There's going to be a lot of puzzle solving to do in Mario Maker 2 regarding these on-off switches. You can see I killed an enemy again there. Let's go down this pipe. Alright, another on-off switch puzzle. This is going to be a star, so we want to turn the red on. And now turn the blue on. Turn the red on again. And we get the star. Let's go back up. And we should be free and clear to finish this level. As a matter of fact, we needed the star to progress further. So good thing we went down. Alright. So what this is going to do is this pipe is going to spawn a red Koopa. Red Koopas can't fall off platforms. Green Koopas do fall off platforms. So always remember that. What you're going to want to do is jump on the red Koopa, turning him into a shell. You can use that shell to activate blocks. And we're going to want to progress slowly. I did miss a couple of coins, but that's okay. Alright, and now we can use this shell to reach the top of the flag, giving us that extra 10 coin boost. So that's level 2. Fairly simple, a very good introduction to Super Mario Bros. 1 mechanics. Okay, so level 3, and probably going to be the last one for this video. This one is called Hello 3D World. Already, just based on the title, you know it's going to be a Super Mario 3D World style level. So this is going to introduce us to the mechanics that are new to Super Mario Maker 2 that were not in Super Mario Maker 1. Let's get going. Okay, so while Super Mario 3D World style may look similar to New Super Mario Bros. U style, they're actually distinctly different. Graphics-wise, they look pretty similar. Mario doesn't have his hat in this one, but there are a couple of things you can do differently. If you look upwards on your D-pad, I'm holding the up on my directional pad, and I hit the trigger button, just like we did the spin move in New Soup. You hit the spin button, you can twirl around on the ground. If you're twirling and you hit the jump button, you actually get a pretty intense jump there. So that's a really important skill to know. If you're holding down on the directional pad and pull your trigger, you'll actually roll. This can break blocks and progress you through 1-block spaces. So it's really important to know. If you're in the air and you hit the twirl button thinking that it's going to be like New Super Mario Bros. U, you're going to be out of luck. Mario gets a twirl that extends his jump just a little bit, but he doesn't get the sustained hang time of New Super Mario Bros. U. Also, if you're running and you hit the trigger button, you get this extended long jump. Many of the Super Mario 3D World levels online that you'll find will utilize this long jump as a way to start the level. It kind of gets everybody, it makes everybody happy and gets them going. You can also slide, of course. If you look up at a tree, hold the up button when you're at the bottom of a tree or in the middle of a tree, wherever you happen to land, you'll climb up the tree. I need this bee to go away. Okay, so if I'm in the middle of a jump and I hit the up button, I'll climb the tree. It's very important to know. This Goomba can go bye-bye. When you're up in the air and you hit the down button, you'll do this ground pound. A really good way to get some coins out of a block. Alright, let's see what they've got for us. If we climb this tree, sometimes you'll find a bell. This is a cat suit. This allows you to run on walls. Or run up walls, I should say. If you hit the Y button, it'll allow you to do this, like, this punch attack where you can both destroy enemies and destroy blocks. So it's super useful. Never forget it. Alright, so this is going to be a room to teach us about the cat suit. We want to jump on the Goomba. Alright, so what we want to do here, I just did that diagonal move. I'll show you how to do it. We can't get to this with our normal jump. So what we want to do is look up, twirl. So that was kind of a complicated thing. So you look up, you twirl, you jump, and then you hold the direction of the wall that you want to climb. That's an easy way to get up to certain places in Super Mario 3D World style. We can break these blocks because of our punch, and we get a 1-up because we were exploring. The way I did the diagonal move earlier is to be up in the air and hit the trigger button while you're wearing a cat suit. You'll see this a lot in levels online. It's a good way to, like, people use it in speedruns and things like that. It can create, like, a very tight, very specific jump, so be looking out for that. Always practice your diagonal dash whenever you can. After this pipe, we hit a checkpoint. That's great. Find another cat suit. We'll slide down to kill this Goomba and get a little... Ooh, I jumped there to get a little bit of a boost. These big blocks can be activated by either hitting them from the bottom, like this, or like you can activate it like that, or like you saw before, I can ground pound it to activate it. Alright, we'll slide down this again. Remember, always practice what they teach you. Always practice it, because you never know when you'll need it. I'll ground pound this. Activate it. That gives us a really nice breezeway. If I wanted to get this 30 coin, which I'll show you how to do it. Get rid of him so we have a clear way. So we want to jump like that. So you want to jump at the wall, hold the direction the wall is, jump backward, and then diagonal dash. That one you may have to practice a little bit. I don't know how good you are at Mario, but it's not super complicated once you start doing it. Another cool thing about the cat suit is if you get to the end of the level with your cat suit on and you jump to the middle of the pole, it'll take you straight up. So if you're playing in endless mode, it'll give you a 1-up. If you're playing story mode, it'll give you an extra 10 coins. All right, and that's basically where I'm going to call it for today. I hope you learned something. I hope this is, I mean, maybe this is very basic for a lot of people. I know for some of the people that I know that own this game, it may not be as straightforward as it seems. So I'm going to keep doing this, and if you guys have a level that you're struggling with online, and you have the code, you want to send it to me, feel free to drop it in the comments. I'm constantly live streaming this game on my Twitch, so be sure to check me out there. I'll put that link in the description below. But if you have anything, if you have any questions, if you have any level that you're struggling with in Mario Maker 2, feel free to drop a comment and just let me know, and I'll check it out, and maybe I'll explore it in a new video. Other than that, thanks for watching, you guys. I haven't done one of these videos in a long time, but hope to see you soon. Be sure to hit that subscribe button. Helps me out a lot, and I'll see you guys in the next video.